I've been studying Spanish for over 1.5 years now, and here's my plan toward achieving fluency. I've made other videos about 3 types of fluency, whether it's travel Spanish, work Spanish, or actual fluency where you can talk to natives, kind of what a non-native English speaker would aspire to when they're learning English, like I'm doing now. Like I'm being able to, there's no wall between my thoughts, and I would like to eventually be able to get to this level of fluency in Spanish. Because right now I can feel that wall of thoughts whenever I'm literally trying to construct sentences in my mind before I speak them, because I'm not quite there yet. So if you're starting out and you have such aspirations, then I would say start with an app like Duolingo, right? And alongside it, start listening to content. I would say after about 3 months of investing time in Duolingo and having at least maybe 1,000 words under your belt, and having known a lot of the same vocabulary over and over through Duolingo, there's a lot of learning content on YouTube, because Spanish being such a popular language, and Spanish is going to open a lot of doors for you, right? These podcasts, what it'll do is when you learn something in Duolingo, the word, for example, hacer, a verb, right, to do. And there are many different ways of using hacer. However, the way to reinforce that is by listening to the videos, or watching videos and listening to the content, because it'll reinforce the word being used in many different contexts, right? So the best way you're going to do it is start watching a video or start listening to a podcast where the guy is talking about doing this, doing that, and you're also getting used to listening to the language, right? Obviously, writing, reading, listening, and speaking are going to be the 4 facets of fluency to a language, and you should do all 4, right? There are websites like Dreaming Spanish that have really cornered the market for super beginner videos, and I feel like they really augment your learning through Duolingo. If you augment your learning, the traditional learning, with something like what Dreaming Spanish provides. So you could still be watching videos that you usually watch in English, but replace them with sources in Spanish, and you'll make great strides doing that. So that's where I'm at right now. And then eventually I started reading. So eventually I just moved on to like reading books made for adults, right? Thriller novels out there, horror novels, and there are a lot of great English books that have been translated into Spanish. The way the sentences are structured, more so than just the formal words or the more difficult words being used. So I don't have to look up as much anymore, and reading actually became enjoyable. And I've read some really good books, and I was able to cross the 1 million word threshold very quickly. So that's currently my strategy. I've been reading a lot. I'll watch videos here and there, and I do speaking practice a couple of times a week. I will speak to them completely in Spanish, and I can definitely see my Spanish progressing, because I'm hitting the wall many times when I'm even discussing basic topics, right? So that's where reading and writing comes into play a lot, because with writing you get enough time to kind of organize your thoughts, organize your ideas before you can speak them out loud. Just do a lot of writing practice. Take a lot of the common sentences that people use on a day-to-day and just practice the hell out of them. So just a lot of practice to get to the next level of fluency. Again, so I would highly recommend just doing something with Spanish every single day, and over a long period of time, you will see progress. And that's kind of what I'm banking on right now. So hopefully that gives you some idea on, in general, the journey of learning language. There is no short-term solution. There's no silver bullet. It's like any other skill, right? You just gotta keep at it, and over the time, the gains stack up. Slowly you're going to see massive gains, because many times you'll feel like you're on a plateau, but you're just kind of like, things are slowly coming together, and boom, you'll certainly make a leap in your cognition or your speaking or whatever it is, right? So just keep at it, and that's all I can tell you. So hopefully you found some value in this video. Hit a like, hit subscribe. Thank you.